Italy, Europe, August 1st, 2025.
Per coloro che dicono che la campagna si guadagna, si può dire che già abbiamo.
A violent storm front hit the Veneto region today, severely impacting the provinces of Treviso and Padua with heavy rain, hail, and strong gusts of wind. The wave of bad weather, which began in the early afternoon, caused widespread damage to infrastructure, vegetation, and crops. In the Treviso area, the hardest-hit municipalities were Mogliano Veneto, Preganziol, and Resana. Firefighter teams, departing from the headquarters in Treviso and the detachments in Castelfranco Veneto and Asolo, were engaged in about 10 operations, primarily to remove fallen trees and unsafe branches unstable due to gusts of wind. In Resana, a large tree fell onto a truck parked on a company property. Fortunately, no injuries were reported. Authorities are continuing to monitor the situation, given the persistent adverse weather conditions. The severe weather hit Padua, and its province equally severely. In the early afternoon, a downpour accompanied by hail hit areas such as Piazzola sul Brenta, Grantorto, San Pietro in Gu, Saonara, Legnaro, Polverara, and Casalserugo. Coldiretti Padova reported damage to corn crops, especially in the upper Padua area, although the relatively small size of the hailstones appears to have limited the worst damage. A matter of minutes, and the sky turned into an enemy. The Padua area was hit on August 1st by a violent downpour, with heavy rain and hailstorms that left, literally, serious consequences for agriculture. From the lower to the upper Padua area, the reports are clear: widespread damage and compromised crops. Large hailstones literally knocked over ripe corn, leaving entire plots flattened. Vineyards and vegetable gardens were also affected, as Coldiretti technicians reported from initial inspections. In the capital, hit by a downburst storm, as often happens during particularly intense storms, flooding occurred in several critical areas. On Via dei Colli, for example, the water slowed traffic, while on Via Fistamba, a fallen tree temporarily isolated the area. Other similar incidents occurred on Via Lisbona and Via Ognissanti, forcing the fire department to intervene to restore traffic flow. There were also moments of concern in Piazza del Erbe, where the wind toppled a street vendor, fortunately without causing any injuries. In Camposampiero, in the square in front of the high schools and on Via Puccini, the streets quickly turned into water channels. In the southern part of the province, from Mogliano Veneto to Bora Pisani, the situation is equally critical. Here, the severe weather has devastated open field vegetable crops. Summer crops, ready for harvest, were wiped out in a matter of moments, reports Coldiretti Padova. In some cases, hail even tore down protective netting installed to protect the crops. Coldiretti technicians are already working to estimate the extent of the damage. Initial reports suggest a complex situation. Crops destroyed, greenhouses damaged, and protective nets torn. However, it will take a few more days to establish more precise numbers, given the uneven distribution of the hailstorm. Every weather disturbance now brings with it extreme events. Hail, strong winds, heavy rains. Agriculture is increasingly threatened by climate change, explains Coldiretti Padova. Insurance coverage often proves insufficient to cover losses, while the costs of active and passive crop protection are constantly rising. This isn't the first time severe weather has hit the Padua area. Last year, large areas of the province suffered significant damage due to similar events, Coldiretti recalls. And today we're facing another severe weather event. The thought is inevitable. Faced with such extreme and rapid events, local agriculture is faced with a new, debilitating enemy: the unpredictability of the weather. The first phenomena in the province have occurred starting from around 6.30 on Friday, with heavy rain in some areas. In the middle Verbano, only intense showers, while in the Azate area, just south of Varese, intense hailstorms occurred with flooded roads but without causing problems. From the command of the Varese Fire Brigade at 7 on Friday, there were no particular problems related to or damage from bad weather, and no evacuations were recorded. The Civil Protection Department has issued a yellow weather alert due to the persistent bad weather that has been affecting the region since Sunday, particularly San Benedetto del Tronto, Grottammare. Firefighters inspected the affected areas, focusing on older buildings. Nearly 100 interventions were carried out to secure the affected areas.